Have you ever questioned whether the confident, capable person that other people see is actually you? Like, what do you do if the hardest person to convince of your potential is you? If you want to embrace the more confident, capable version of yourself that actually executes on the goals you've been putting off, in this video, I'm going to share what you can do when someone sees something great in you that you haven't yet seen in yourself. Now, this is one of the hardest things to navigate when it comes to achieving your goal because it's not until you get yourself to believe in the confident, capable version of yourself that you will not only see your potential, but you'll start executing at a level that matches your potential without burning yourself out. And there are 4 things I'm going to cover in this video that reveals why self-doubt actually distorts your perspective and how to start trusting the evidence of your own strengths. Number 1, change the way you think. Here's the thing. Your identity is based on your private thoughts, not your public evidence. So it doesn't matter what you accomplish or what you don't accomplish to the public eye. What matters most is what you think about it. Because you can accomplish so much but still see yourself as a failure. A person that keeps failing, or a person that just can't do what they have the potential to do. And people tend to judge themselves based on what they think. But what they think, although it may be their reality, may not always be true. So while everyone else, they're judging you based on what they consistently see. So if you don't change the way you think about yourself, what you've already accomplished, and what you are truly capable of, you will continue to do what you don't want to do and be who you don't want to be. And right now, you may be using your internal struggles as evidence of who you are, while everyone else is using your actions. But who are you really? And what are you really capable of? If you've ever felt confident or capable before, it doesn't matter how it came to be or how it was directed, well, what it was directed towards, that means you can be confident and capable again. And if you've ever failed before and bounced back from that failure, no matter how long it took, that means you can bounce back again. If you've ever learned something before, which we all have learned something, there's a strong possibility that you can learn something again. The box you create in your mind of what you think about yourself is the only thing that will keep you from taking the action you need to take to make the progress you want to make. Number 2, change how you speak to yourself. Self-doubt makes you dismiss evidence that contradicts it. It's like when someone compliments you, your brain says, oh, they're just being nice. Or they don't know the real me. Or if they really saw what I was struggling with, they wouldn't think like that. And here's the thing. Instead of you allowing that new evidence that supports the more confident, capable version of you to change your identity, what you'll tend to do is explain it away. If you don't change the way you speak to yourself, you run the risk of believing something about yourself that simply is not true. You'll replay thoughts in your mind that are more negative. You'll focus on all the things you're lacking when it comes to your goal and slowly start believing your goal is not possible. Next thing you know, you start letting any and everything become distractions, keeping you from your goal. And then you find it difficult to start again, to go at it again, to take action again. Even making rest become a delay instead of part of the progress and part of the process. Not because you aren't capable, but because you have been reinforcing evidence that you will doubt yourself. You won't take action. And you can only dream about your goal, not achieve it. You've been saying you're lazy, you're not motivated enough, you're stupid, you're not smart enough, can't figure out how, not the best person for your goal. Whatever you've been saying, that's been keeping you stuck. You know what you've been saying to yourself. That's not speaking life to you right now. And it doesn't matter how many degrees, certifications, license, experience you have. Self-doubt isn't a lack of ability. It's an inability to accept evidence that supports confidence. And how you speak to yourself matters more than you know right now. What you speak comes from what you believe. And what you believe, you'll take action on. Number 3, change how you view yourself. Other people often see your strengths more clearly than you do. One of the reasons why it can be difficult to encourage yourself at times isn't because you're so low in spirit or because life has weighed you down. And it's not even because you have so much going on right now. One of the main reasons why you're struggling to see your own strengths or struggle to encourage yourself and take ownership of your strengths is because you're too close to yourself. What I mean is, you see all of your mistakes, all of your missteps, all of your fears, all of your overthinking, and all of the times you didn't follow through. Other people see your leadership, your resilience, your wisdom, your potential. Several years ago, one of my supervisors once told me, fear is actually false evidence appearing real. But what if the false evidence not only looks real, but actually is embraced as your reality? How you view yourself, your perspective of yourself will always dictate how you show up. And sometimes the people around you have a more accurate picture of who you really are than you do. Although it may be your current reality, your perspective isn't always the most accurate one. So if you want to make progress towards your goal, you have to change the way you view yourself in a way that doesn't allow all of your mistakes, your missteps, your failures, your fears, your overthinking, and times you didn't follow through to become the central focus of your life. You are powerful. You are capable. You can make it through. You are more than enough. But if you don't believe it, you will continue to feel stuck, empty, powerless, worth less than your value, or incapable of achieving your goals. And you'll continue to put on a show for people, but struggling in silence when you are alone, not achieving your goals and feeling frustrated because you know exactly what to do, or you can see your next move, but feel paralyzed and unable to move forward. Number 4, embrace your true self. Confidence begins when you match your identity with who you are meant to be. It's when your real identity catches up to your reality. The goal isn't to become something different, to become a different person. The goal is to stop arguing with the evidence you've already proven yourself to be, so you can accept who you are really created to be and let your actions match your potential. You can't keep looking at all the negatives, your perceived failures, or where you have fallen short and expect to move forward. You have to also look at your wins, what you've done well, where you've overcome, and how you have progressed from where you were to where you are now. You're not starting from scratch. I know it feels like it right now. I get it. Trying to figure out who you are now that this has happened or that has happened. When you accept your strengths instead of questioning them, you stop needing that constant reassurance and you start acting from a place of confidence instead of doubt. It's not until you realize you already have taken enough action in your life up to this point to start making progress towards the goal with clear, confident action that you'll actually do that. The version of you that other people believe in may not be an illusion. It may be the version of yourself you've been refusing to believe is real. Change the way you think about yourself. Change the way you speak to yourself. Change how you view yourself and embrace your true self. If this was helpful, please do subscribe, leave a comment, and share this with someone who needs to hear this today. And if you're ready to start seeing real progress towards your goals, I've linked my free execution shift training below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And until next time, peace.